It took nearly 5 years for a delegation-level engagement between Prime Minister Modi and President Xi Jinping. But it did happen in Kazan, along the sidelines of the BRICS summit. The impetus for the bilateral meeting and resumption of special representative-level dialogue came from an agreement for complete disengagement along the line of actual control in Eastern Ladakh arrived at on Monday morning. The last two friction points, Depsang and Demchok, were resolved, paving the way for the first formal meeting between Modi and Xi in 5 years. The big chill in bilateral ties set in 4 years ago in the summer of 2020 due to unprovoked aggression by the Chinese. A deadly clash between troops at Galwan led to deaths on both sides. Trust was a casualty too. The Kazan meeting was a chance for India to convey its thoughts to the most powerful man in China. And Modi was quite specific.
Prime Minister Modi underscored the importance of not allowing differences on boundary-related matters to disturb peace and tranquility on our borders.
Xi Jinping, who presides over a tariff war with the West, a shaky economy at home and an innate desire to annex Taiwan, was tangential at best. He urged China and India to strengthen communication and cooperation, enhance strategic mutual trust and facilitate each other's pursuit of development aspirations. The latest round of LAC disengagement comes as a tactical victory for India. And it came almost 2 years after a similar deal for some friction points such as Gogra and Hot Springs. The ball was set rolling by NSA Ajit Doval when he met Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in Russia last month in Moscow. Doval told Wang Yi, peace in border areas and respect for the LAC are essential for normalcy in bilateral relations. And he made it clear that there should be disengagement at the two outstanding friction points, Depsang and Demchok, first, before any further steps can be taken.
Depsang is critical because it gives access to Aksai Chin from the Indian side. And for India, the concerns in Depsang are that it is very close to Daulat Beg Oldie and also to its, near Depsang is also the Siachen Glacier, which has the element of Pakistan trying to grab Siachen for nearly 40 years now. So all that was the crucial point of the Y junction where Indian patrols were not allowed, or Chinese had tried to gain an advantage by coming forward at that Y junction, which used to be a meeting point earlier. And of course, India was being denied, Indian patrols were being denied access to 3 patrol points, which are patrol points 10, 11 and 12, which India was insistent that we must get that access back, which has been agreed upon. And as the Foreign Secretary has said, and again he clarified on Tuesday, that now the graziers and the soldiers can go up to that point. There won't be any impediment from the Chinese side. And the Chinese can come to places where they used to come earlier. So that both agree that there is a reciprocal arrangement. Here on, and there may be one more element to it which I have not been able to confirm, but has been talked about that the size of the patrol party would be limited to less than 20 soldiers, and there will be an information sharing before the patrols set out to go to those places. But the difference which is there, which a lot of speculation was there, that no patrolling will still be resumed in the areas of between finger 3 and finger 8, which has been designated as the buffer zone after the February 2021 disengagement. And all the other subsequent disengagements at Hot Springs, Gogra, north and south bank of Pangangso, that those agreements have not been touched in the latest resolution.
These talks have set the stage for more talks at various levels. The special representatives on the boundary issue, Ajit Doval and Wang Yi, will resume structured discussions they last had 5 years ago. A beginning seems to have been made towards walking a long path.
As we have maintained during the last 4 years, The restoration of peace and tranquility in the border areas will create space for returning us towards the path of normalization of our bilateral relations. Officials will now take the next steps to discuss enhancing strategic communication and stabilizing bilateral relations by utilizing the relevant official bilateral dialogue mechanisms, including at the level of our respective foreign ministers.
Rebuilding trust that has been shattered by China will take quite some time doing. Given the experience of the last 4 years and the Chinese attitude of dishonoring all LAC agreements, India will be cautious and realistic.
I think the next step will be to evolve new standard operating procedures for patrolling and for border management. So would there be more meetings, scheduled meetings between commanding officers at the lowest level, that is at the colonel level, or there would be periodic meetings between Major General or 2-star or 1-star brigadiers. All that will be worked out as they go along. It has going to be several tracks. So there is a military track that I mentioned just now. There would be a diplomatic track, the WMCC mechanism, which is there. That will also be it is already active, but it will become more intense, I suppose, because if long-term solutions have to be found, which are not going to be easy, and I don't expect that to happen in the next 20-25 years, because China doesn't want full solution to the boundary issue, because it keeps India under pressure. But all that notwithstanding, the other issues will start being discussed between the two sides. So that's the thing that I'm picking up, at the moment from these meetings. I mean, this meeting and the earlier meetings that have taken place between the diplomats and the military officers on both sides.